Easy, difficult? Anyone? Andy? Easy? Articles? Easy. Okay, do another one. Right. Quickly, we'll just go through this again. Right. So, do you remember? We finally went on. Guys, help me, please. We went on the trip, a trip, and trip. It's the. Why is it the? What is that? G. I don't understand all this. What do you call it? Fu yin? Yes, zhu yin. I don't know it. When I moved to Taiwan, that ruined my day. I was like, I can't type anything on it. Right, the trip. Why is it the trip? I highlighted it there. It's the trip that I told you about. Okay, so it's a specific trip. Middle East, we use the Middle East. Okay, Daphne and? It's the because we use the for like a family, right? The Smiths, remember the Simpsons? Came along. We traveled first by plane. We don't need anything. To, shall I call names? I'll call names because then maybe you'll open your mouth. Vivi. What? No? Okay, fine. Cairo because it's a city, right? And then by, no, we don't need anything. Here we say by plane, right? So it's the same, by bus. To, here would be the sites, because it's the special sites of Egypt, right? Egypt is as fantastic as, again, this one could be either. It could be as brochures in general, or the brochures that I looked at. We saw the pyramids, of course. There was, remember what restoration is? When you restore something? Anyone? No? It means to fix, right? So when something is old and is broken and you fix it, that is restore, right? So you restore an old house, or you restore whatever, an old thing. So yeah, there was so there was a job. There was a restoration job going on around, because this is a special, only one, right, the Sphinx. So we had to choose carefully. Yeah, here we use because the best, right? So it's a superlative. The best angle to take to take pictures. We spent some time just walking around, despite this one, it's strange, but it's the heat, because it's like the special heat in Egypt, right? Because it's very hot, so the heat. Enjoying the feeling, because it's the feeling of being there, so it's one special feeling, right? A particular feeling. In the afternoon, because we always use the with things like parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, we took, this is a boat tour, right? We took a tour, and boat is just the kind of tour. So we took a tour on the Nile, which is the name of the river, so it's like, has a name. We had we don't need anything really for meals, right? I eat breakfast, I had dinner. So we had dinner on the boat, because I already mentioned the boat. So now it's the second time, right? It was, we'd say it was a delicious meal, right? It was a delicious meal. I tried vegetables and Nothing, right? Because here is I tried vegetables. And here, okay? And beans cooked in nothing. They're cooked in different ways with, what's an ingredient? Do you know? For example, if you make a gong bao ji ding, right? What's in gong bao ji ding? You have ji ding. You have chicken. Chili. What? Taiwanese people always do is you say something, and then I say what, and then you go, every time. Man, it doesn't mean you're wrong. It means I can't hear you. That's all. Yeah. So ingredients are just the things that go into the dish, right? No. Ingredients that I couldn't recognize, but that tasted like, again, the best, right? The best thing I've eaten in my life. I can't wait to show you. So it's pictures we took. So the pictures that we took, woman pai the jiao, right? So it's the pictures we took. Love mark. Okay? So, do you want to do another one? Yes, you do. Let's get your little brains working. No, 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 smash. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Where are you going? Bye-bye. What was it? Where did I put it? Oh no, I've lost it. No, that's not it. Did I put it in the wrong? Aw, I've lost it. I had a. Where's it go? Oh, wait. Did I put it? No, I can't have put it there. I've lost the sheet. No, I've lost the sheet. I don't know where it is. I saved it somewhere. No, no problem. It's gone. Oh. That has made me very sad. Oh well. Let's just do one together online, right? My hardworking students. Right. Are you ready? Here we go. Are you coming too? Hands up for a, an, the. Correct. I bought nothing. A, an, the, nothing. I think. So I think man over there is very ill. He can't stand on his feet. A, the. Don't know. Don't care. You have to care. It's on your exam. It's the man because it's the man over there. It's specific. Yep. See, Jose is brave, but he is wrong. I watched the video that you had sent me. Ah. The. Man, I got a class of like 40 people and 2 people put their hands up. Ah. An. The. Nothing. It's the. Because it's the video you had sent me. It's specific. She was wearing ugly dress when she met him. Ah. An. The. So, I mean, really, it should be an. But yeah, so like if she has like one really ugly dress, and she was like, oh, she was wearing the ugly dress. But because we don't know the story, we don't know the context, we just have to go with an. I'm crazy about reading an. Well, it can't be a or an because it's s, right? So you cannot say a cats or a cups. So it must be either the or nothing. The. Nothing. Chongkong. Again, if you say the history books, it means it's specific books, right? For example, I'm reading the history books that you bought for me. But if you like all history books, if it's general, then we use nothing, right? For example, if you say, I like the cat, it means the one cat. Or I like the cats, it means the cats here. But if you say, I like cats, it's all cats, right? So we don't use an article if it's general. Oh, she fell asleep. That was what? I think maybe I missed it. But that was, I'll say maximum 15 minutes, but I'll say 10. I should keep like a chart of all the times Amber falls asleep. I think she should see a doctor. I think she has a condition. Amber, don't look at your book. We're not looking at your book. We're looking at this. I'm sorry to inconvenience your sleep with my class. Right, she is a nice girl, the nice girl, she is nice girl. Ah, she's a nice girl. Do you want to go to restaurant where we first met? The, because it's a specific restaurant. Here's an interesting story for you. It's not interesting for you. It's interesting for me. I took my wife a few years ago. We went to Glasgow, which is where my father is from. It's a big city in Scotland. And my wife had never been there. So I took her there. And we were, you know, we have a special holiday in January called Burns Night. And it's Robert Burns was a poet, a very famous poet in Scottish history. And we celebrate his birthday on January 25th. So for that day, you have a special dinner. Have you ever heard of haggis? Do you know what this is? This is the stomach of a sheep. And inside are the neizang, intestines, and some oats, mai pian, and spices, and it's very delicious. I'm a vegetarian, but it's very delicious. They have a vegetarian option also. So we have, this is a Burns supper. We have the haggis and potatoes and turnips. So we're looking around for a restaurant for a Burns dinner. And they're all full, right? And we have a train to go back to London. So we're running around trying to find a nice restaurant to have at Burns dinner. And then we walking down the street and we see this little alley. And there's looks like a very beautiful restaurant, a nice restaurant. So we go down, it's open. We go inside, it's beautiful, lovely restaurant. We have a great Burns supper. It's called, we have whiskey, we have a very nice night. The restaurant is called The Ubiquitous Chip. That's not important. Anyway, we go back to London. I call my father and my mother and I say, how was Glasgow? Oh, it was great. And we found this beautiful restaurant. We had a nice dinner. It was called The Ubiquitous Chip. And my father said, that was where your mother and I had our first date. 真巧. What a coincidence, no? In all the restaurants in Glasgow, we went to the same restaurant that my father and mother first had a date. Wasn't that nice? See, you don't care. That's because Taiwanese people have no soul. And Ukrainians. You don't have souls either. You feel nothing, no love, nothing in your black hearts, just coal and dust. Well, I thought it was a nice story. Right, he is an engineer. He thinks that love is what will save us all. Oh my God, that must be a song, because nobody would say that. It's nothing. Check answers. Oh. My 老师 is so smart. All right. We'll do one more, and then we'll move on to something else. Advanced. Yay. You can blame. What's your Chinese name again? Xu Kai Te. Oh, Kai Te, Kate. Right. What's Second World War? 世界大战, yeah, 第二大战, right? So Second World War ended in, I bet if I ask you this you won't know, but never mind. Ended in 1945. Do you know people who live next door? And nothing. It's because it's the people, the specific people who live in the house next to you, right? Are you interested in art or architecture? What's architecture? It's yeah, it's the design of buildings, right? The design. So, are you interested in? Nothing. And it's nothing. Tiny. You're going to have a problem with articles, I think. And so this one's the same, right? So again, it's general, right? It's like, do you like cats? Okay, in general. Are you interested in art in general? Don't stay in that hotel. The 举手 and nothing. I hate. What's violence? Happy now? Man, the last time you were like, I showed it in Chinese and you were like, what about me? What about Ukrainian? And now I show and you're like, I know that word. I'm not an idiot. I can't win. I can't win. Ah. And the nothing. 漂亮. Because it's all violence, right? In general. How many of 10? Okay. Two of the biggest problems facing our society are, what's crime? Nothing and nothing. Correct. Ken's brother is in. It's actually nothing. So, you know prison? Nothing. What's prison? No idea. Okay? I noticed that no one ever writes any words down. I showed you new words, no one writes it down, and then you forget it in 2 seconds. Right. So, if you say he's in the prison, it means one prison. Right? Like, maybe you only have one prison in your town. You hope. But generally, we just say he's in prison. Now, see, now you work. Here's a word for you. What does that mean in Chinese? Initiative. Do you know this word? Do you know the word? Yes. Are you sure? So, initiative means you don't have to be told. Right? But you all have to be told. Otherwise you don't do anything. You all need a little mother on your shoulder going, do the work.
What's prefix initiative should we have?
Say again, what's the?
What's the prefix of initiative? Not this, yes?
Well, I think the word is related to this one, which means to start a fire. But ignite, it might not be, but initial and ignite, it means to start something. So I don't know if, and we can check the etymology actually. Okay, so it comes from in ire, to go into. So the prefix is in, but because the The root is not in English. It's difficult to know. Let's have a look at night. I might be wrong with that. I'm probably wrong. Ignis is fire. Oh, well, then I'm wrong. Still, interesting. Okay, what time do your children finish? It's nothing. Why? I don't know. If you say, it's the same, like what time do you finish work? Right? We don't say the work. Is the work if it's specific, like this work I'm doing now? But if it's just work, like your office, your job, we don't need anything. And so for school, it's the same. The other day, the fire brigade, that's the people who put out the fire, had to go to prison to put out the fire. Yeah, so this one is specific because it's one prison, right? If you say they had to go to prison, it could be any prison, right? But this one is a specific prison. On way to London, we passed through a small village with old church. Yeah, the way, because it's one way. We passed through a small village with... Yeah, so you say with a church, but then it's a vowel, so an old church. We stopped to visit the church because we mentioned it a second time. Okay? No. Enough. Do you want to do more? No, me neither. I'll just check. 56. What did I... Is that correct? I don't know. It doesn't tell you if it's... Anyway, it's correct. Trust me. I know English. There's many things I don't know, but English, I'm pretty good. Right. Where are we? Where are we? We are here. Right. Do this one. It's on page 61. If you don't have a book, I'm sorry. It's my fault you don't have a book. But you will get one very soon. Okay? Just do it on here. Again, use a, an, or the. Or nothing. Doesn't say nothing, but some of these you don't need anything. And it's also a quiz. So you're going to have to tell me the answers to the questions. got Christmas songs in my head now. If you're lucky, I'll sing one for you. Still, my daughter won't let me play Christmas songs because she still wants to listen to her 大象歌. You know 大象歌? You don't know it? Guys, what childhood did you have? This is my daughter's favorite song now.
《唱有大象歌》。大象，大象，你的鼻子怎么那么长？妈妈说鼻子长才是漂亮。
I'm not good enough. Never mind, it's a stupid video. Does anyone know this song? Yeah? Emily, sing it. We'll do it together. You don't want to? Taiwanese people. I'm surprised you get anything done. You're not brave enough to do anything.
大象，大象，你的鼻子怎么那么长？妈妈。
So my daughter does this. Like she wants, so like she'll point to my phone, you know, my phone is on the table, and she'll point to the phone, she'll go. So I have to play the Da Shan Ge. I listen to this song every day, constantly. Anyway, it's good you can't hear it, because it's a terrible song. Right. So there is a river that flows, 漂流, right, or flows through parts of nothing. Okay, so it should be an X, but there's nothing here. Parts of Brazil, Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador. What is its name? What? What's the name of the river? It goes through Brazil. It's okay, she's talking to herself.
No, I just...
Shh, shh. Where is the Nile?
I don't know.
So you give me a hard time about continents, and you don't know what continent the Nile is on. You see this? Guys, where is the Nile?
Africa.
Yeah, where's Brazil? Not in Africa. So why would that be the Nile?
I want to sit like that.
So which I just said it. It's the Amazon. The Amazon flows through.
I just don't know how Amazon will be in English because I think it's different of
What is it in Ukrainian?
Amazonka.
Amazon?
Amazonka.
Amazonka. Cool.
But without British accent.
All right, teach me your accent. How do I say Amazonka? Amazonka. Amazonka.
But you're still with accent.
Well, I'm British. Right. So, anyway, White House. Yeah, we say the White House, right? Like it's, again, if it's one thing specific, unique, use that. So the White House is in... No one listens to me. So usually, you don't use the with countries, except... No. When the country is not a, it's a noun. you remember that, what's the USA short for? Excuse me, the United States of America. So actually the word is, the main word in that is states, right? So it's the states, which is specific to America. So the USA. It's just like I'm from the UK, it's the United Kingdom. So really it's the kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Right. Who lives there? Who lives in the White House? The White House is in the USA. Who lives there?
President, I think.
Presidentka. No? Okay. You don't just, you add a cat on the end of every word and that's Ukrainian.
No,
Co-
Presidentka, no.
Kofika. It is the president. Who's the current president of the USA? Thank God. Right, there is natural, okay. What's a satellite? A satellite is well, it has two meanings, really. The normal meaning is, wait. Basque. How do you spell satellite? Is it two T's? Whoops. Is that right? Miso, what's that? I forget how to spell satellite. Oh, it's two L's. Sorry. Don't listen to me. Right? So, a satellite well, really, a satellite is something that goes around something else. Right? That's it. So, but usually we think of a satellite as like something man-made, right? 人工的. Like but it doesn't have to be. So, this one is a natural satellite that goes around Earth every day. So, there is a natural satellite that goes around the Earth every day. What is it? What is the natural satellite that goes around the Earth? It's the moon. Yeah? No? Yes? You don't understand? Okay. Right, a satellite is a thing that goes around something, right? Natural means 自然的, yeah? So a natural satellite that goes around the Earth. It is the sun. You think the sun goes around the Earth? What century is this? It's the moon. What the hell is happening here? It's like water dripping down into my coffee from... Right, it's the sun. I wish I have recorded these videos. I'm gonna watch these again. Right, in 1998, Larry Page and Sergey Brin set up I said it, a global search engine. Global means the whole world, right? Around the world. Search engine is a kind of a program you use to look for something. What is its name?
But why we cannot say the global search engine if...
Because that would be only one. But there are more than one.
But the moon also on the one, we say the moon, no?
Yeah, you say the moon. But this one, it's not the.
Okay, why we cannot say the...
Because then you can, okay, so for this one, a global search engine is a program, first of all, it's a program you use to find information. What is it? You say it all the time. Faye, if you don't know something, how do you find out? say Google is a verb, right? I Google it, but Google is the name of the search engine, right? So this is the answer for this one. If you say, but Google is not the only search engine, right? There are many. There's whatever. There's Bing, there's Yahoo, there's, I don't know. I mean, no one uses them, but they exist. Right, so if you say the global search engine, that means there's only one global search engine. Or you could say the global search engine that they set up, and then it's specific. Okay? But this one is just one. They set up app. Okay, so it's Google. Number 5. Arctic Ocean. We use the with oceans and with rivers and lakes. Do we use it with lakes? No, we don't use it with lakes. Rivers and oceans. So the Arctic Ocean is the smallest because it's superlative, right? It's the most. Smallest ocean in the world, which is the largest. What is the largest ocean in the world? What? Pacific. Yes. Good. All right. Excellent. Have a break because you worked so hard. Ah,
Teacher, we have to leave early for the English class because we went to swim test.
a swimming test.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's nice. 3,
Past, present, and
you don't have continuous?
future. It's only seems that it's continuous when you speak, but we not mentioned it.
I don't know how much I believe you.
No, for example, you say I'm reading now,
Yes.
so we say я читаю зараз. I am reading now. It's like я читаю зараз, literally. And we also haven't structure like in English. We can begin from any word.
Because you have case. You have something on the word that tells you if it's the subject or the object or yeah, so that's called case. So yeah, languages with case are usually more flexible than languages with no case. Okay, sorry guys. Hi. Yes. Oh well, lost cause. Right. In groups, I would like you to think of as many different ways as you can to reduce your plastic use. I think many of you are doing it right now, which is good. But some of you are not. How can we reduce? What's reduce? What's reduce? Reduce means use less, right? Make less. So how can we reduce plastic use? Single-use plastics, right? For example, the bottle of tea on your desk. Hold it up for me. Hold it up nice and high. Right, everyone, point. No, when you finish this, what will you do? Will you throw it away? How many birds and fish will you kill? Right? But what could she do instead? Hold that up. Help me. What are you doing that she is not doing? Well, you're not recycling. You are using your own bottle, right? So instead of buying other bottles, you can bring your own bottle. That's one. That's one way to reduce plastic, right? That's for drinks, but you can talk about clothes, you can talk about anything, right? Go, have a think, write some down, tell me. This coffee is terrible. It's my coffee, I made it, but it's terrible. Faye, how can you reduce plastic use? How can you reduce plastic? Give me an idea. You don't know the word? Google. And then write it down, because now you know a new word. Give me an example. Right, sit down. Let's have a look at some ideas. So here are some ideas you could have had. Okay, one, don't buy things that are single-use plastic, right? Yeah, so if you can avoid buying something with single-use plastic, then do. Reuse your things. So reuse your bags, reuse your cups, right? Request plastic-free packaging. So I know that in Taiwan you recycle a lot, but you also use a lot of plastic. When I go to the supermarket, sometimes I see like a bag of oranges, right? You open the bag of oranges, and inside, every orange has another bag around it, right? Which is crazy, and it's unnecessary. So you can even ask your supermarket to not do that, right? This is an interesting one, bathroom cleaning products. For example, how many of you use, when you take a shower, use soap from a bottle, right? So you finish using your soap, you throw the bottle away, right? What could you use instead? Yeah, you could use a bar of soap, right? Like this. You can actually get bars of soap for your hair too, right? And then there's no waste, okay? You can buy second-hand things. So instead of buying something new, buy something that's already been used, right? So then you reuse the products. You can buy fewer, higher quality items made to last. So don't buy something cheap that you throw away because it breaks quickly. Buy something maybe a little more expensive, but it lasts for a longer time, right? Because then maybe one thing lasts the same as two things. So you save that way. No one said this, choose products made from recycled material. Actually, well, Tiny said about paper, recycled paper. But clothes can be made from recycled. Have you seen these? This is this is quite good. I think the problem is that they're expensive, but where is it? There we go. These are shoes from Adidas, and they're made with plastic that is taken from the ocean. So most of the plastic in this shoe is recycled from the ocean, right? So you can buy things made of recycled material. Sharing or hiring, and blah, blah, blah. But some of you said things about reusable straws, right? So metal straws, or, cutlery, knives and forks, or chopsticks, things like that. Okay, bring your own things. Bring your own bags when you go to the supermarket. All good ideas. All right, guys. So, don't worry about that. Some new words, and then we're going to do some reading. Okay? Here are your new words for this article. Write them down. Crew.
Okay, so why you don't do translate to Portuguese or Ukrainian, only Chinese?
Statistics.
Statistics for what?
I have one Ukrainian.
Two?
No.
Yeah.
I have one Ukrainian and 2 Portuguese speakers and like 36 Taiwanese. So,
And
You have to learn Chinese quickly.
嗯，
加油.
I think that the word crew I will never use here.
That's a shame. Right, crew. Not. Now, I know you're looking at this, and you're looking at this, and you're like, what the hell is that? You will find out. Because a knot is like a knot, right? This is a different knot. I will tell you in a moment what that knot is. Next one. But you still use the same word in Chinese. Right. Environmentalist. Average. Next one, explore. Ugh. This is like the worst coffee I've ever made. I think I have to change my coffee beans. Involved. I think that Chinese is correct, but I'm not sure. Involved means to 参加, like participate, right? You are part of something. User-friendly. And last one, patch. Patch just means an area of land. Or maybe not even land, but it can be in the sea, as we will see. Okay? Okay, so, crew. A crew is a group of people who work together, right? Not. Remember, KN in English, the K is always silent, right? Like knife and night and no. Environmentalist. Average. Explore. Involved. User-friendly. Patch. Involved, meaning? Not. Yeah. Patch. Okay. Explore. 探索. Average. 平均. Crew. Okay. Go. Average. Patch. User-friendly. Crew. Not. Environmentalist. Explore. involved. Right. Now, a knot is actually a speed for a boat, right? So does anyone know how fast is a knot? If you travel 1 knot in a boat, how far have you traveled? Ooh, very close. 1.8. So 1.8 kilometers is 1 knot. Why are they called knots? Any ideas? No idea. Well, in the past, a knotted rope. So here's a rope with knots in it, right? So was thrown into the sea with a buoy. This is a buoy. We say buoy, Americans say buoy. But it's buoy. Because it's buoyancy. That's where the word comes from. We don't say buoyancy. Americans ruin everything. Right. And then you would count how many knots after, right? The distance using knots. So knots was used for speed. Okay, so now, but you only use knots for a boat, right? You cannot use it for a car or anything like that. Only for boats. So we had the word environmentalist, right? So we have these two suffixes. Suffixes are hou zhui. So 2 suffixes, ism and ist, right? Ism, when we put ism on the end of a word, it means the idea or the philosophy, the 哲学, about that word. So we have environmental is about the environment, right? 环境的. Environmentalism is 环境主义. So it's the idea or the philosophy. If we have ist at the end of the word, it's the person who follows the idea. Okay? So an environmentalist is someone who follows environmentalism. Okay? So, I want you to quickly change these words into their ideas using ism and followers using ist, and then tell me what they mean. Here are the words. You can do it by yourself. I'll give you 2 minutes. I mean, this should be female, but I used feminine because it's closer to the ism and ist word. If you say femalist, it doesn't make sense. Does anyone know what commune is? Like community? Yeah? A commune is a group of people living and working together. Okay? You don't like coffee? Yeah. That's true. Like. Oh, that was good. It made my day. She said, I don't like coffee. I said, why? She goes, it's too bitter, just like life. Faye is very optimistic. Bye, girls. Everyone, they're going to swimming. Usually like underwater. Okay, so, well, some of you are just sitting there and have no idea what we're doing. Right, so commune is a group of people who work together and live together, right? So, what would if I add ISM, what would the word be? Communism. What's communism? Anyone have a translation for me? Good. 共产主义. And what would you call somebody who follows communism? In a communist. I know your Chinese is very good. Unfortunately, that will not help you on your English test. Communist. What about, well, okay, this should be female, but feminine just is like the female adjective. So, feminism, which is a philosophy about female rights. And so what would you call somebody who follows that? A feminist. Race is it 种族? Yeah, 种族. So like different ethnic groups, right? Different people from different not cultures, but I mean, okay, the term race is politically charged and people have a strange, you know, there are different definitions about it, but someone who, racism is when you, well, yeah, yes, it's when you dislike another group of people because of their race. And someone who follows that idea is called a racist, right? Baptize is difficult. Baptize is when you make somebody a Christian by putting them putting them underwater, right? Usually. So this is called a baptism, and someone who follows that kind of religion is called a Baptist. And then real is reality. Realism is the idea that something has to be realistic. And someone who does that is a realist. A realist is also someone who does not look at things in a very good way or in a bad way, but just what is the facts, right? So if you are an optimist, it means you think everything will be good. If you are a pessimist, it means you think everything will be bad. If you are a realist, it means you just look at the situation and you think, okay, what is the reality? Right? Running out of time today. I'm too slow when I teach. That's my problem, I think. All right. Now, in your books, or on here, I'm going to show you a text about, well, you'll read it. This one, A Boat Made of Bottles. Okay? And it's about a boat made of bottles, surprisingly. I would like you to read the text and then answer the questions. Okay? Questions 2 and 3. Okay? There it is for you. If you want, you can take a photo. Do you want to take a photo? Andre, you have your phone? Andre, do you have your phone? Take a photo of this, and then I'll show you the next. You can take a photo of each one, okay? Because then you can read it in your own time. All right. Right. Shall I read it? Or, no, I'll play it. Oh, no, I can't play it because there's no sound. Right. So, a boat made of bottles. A boat with a difference. The Plastiki looks similar to many other boats in Sydney Harbour. It's 18 meters long, 6 meters wide, and it weighs about 12,000 kilograms. It carries a crew of 6 people and has an average speed of 5 knots. However, once you get near the Plastiki, you realize there's a big difference. It's made of 12,500 reused plastic bottles. How did the Plastiki begin? David de Rothschild, an environmentalist who has crossed Antarctica and explored the Ecuadorian Amazon. One day he was reading some information about all the plastic in the seas and oceans. He couldn't believe what he was reading. For example, humans throw away 4 out of every 5 plastic bottles they use, and plastic trash causes about 80% of the pollution in the ocean. In addition, scientists think that around 1 million seabirds die every year from plastic pollution. The Rothschild decided he wanted to get involved in the fight against ocean pollution. To help more people understand the problem, he started building a boat made of plastic bottles. Designing the Plastiki. In addition to building the boat with recycled plastic, it was important to make the boat environmentally friendly and user-friendly. The boat uses renewable energy, such as wind power and solar energy. The crew can make meals with vegetables from the small garden at the back of the boat. They can take a break from work and get some exercise by using the special exercise bicycle. The energy from the bike provides power for the boat's computers. And if anyone needs to take a shower, the boat's shower uses salt water from the ocean. The journey. The Rothschild sailed the Plastiki across the Pacific Ocean from San Francisco to Sydney. That's more than 15,000 kilometers. On the way, he took the special boat through the Great Garbage Patch. This is a huge area in the Pacific with 3.5 billion kilograms of trash. You can see every kind of human trash here, but the worst problem is the plastic. It kills birds and ocean life. How well did the Plastiki survive the journey? The journey wasn't always easy, and the Rothschild and his crew had to take care during storms. There were giant ocean waves and winds of over 100 kilometers per hour. The whole journey took 129 days. Originally, the Rothschild thought the boat could only travel once, but it lasted so well that he's planning to sail it again one day. Right, so, number of crew. How many people work on the boat? Six. How many plastic bottles were used to build the boat? Yeah, 12,500. How long is the boat? 18 meters. And how wide? What's the width? 6 meters. How much does it weigh? 12,000 kilograms. And what is the average speed in knots? 5 knots. And how far did the boat travel? So it went from San Francisco to Sydney, which is how long? Let's have a look. More than 15,000 kilometers, right? And how many days were they at sea? 29. 129, sorry. Just heard. It's difficult when I can't see your mouths, you know, I just see the thing moving, and that's it. And 129. Right, we don't have time to continue with the rest, but maybe I'll give it to you for homework. Ha ha ha! Okay. You may leave.